and welcome to the programme. I'm Nima Abouwardi. Join us in Egypt for a special edition of the programme. Now, in a few minutes, we'll be debating which of the region's stock markets are best for the world's financial community to invest in. Are they Egypt's venerable old exchanges in Cairo and Alexandria, or the younger, brasher, more volatile bourses of the Gulf? Also coming up in this week's programme, a new stock exchange on the way for Egypt's SMEs. But will investors really sell their blue-chip stocks to snap up the small fry? And will Egypt's cotton industry be able to pick up the threads as farmers desert the white gold? Foreign investment has doubled into Egypt from 2005. Now, most of that money is taken up by the highly lucrative and internationalised oil and gas sectors. But government reforms here have made other industries very attractive too. So Andy Scott asks what Egypt offers to a company's bottom line.
Foreign cash is rolling into Egypt, lured by low tax thresholds, a low-cost, plentiful labour force, and blessed by its geographical location. The bottom line of international business is buying into its opportunities. This is a leather tanning factory about 100 kilometres from Alexandria.
Our production turnover 27 million Egyptian pound, 1998, now arrived to 400 million Egyptian pound.
It has seen its profits and output jump since it took a 25% investment from a Spanish company. And now its success has others looking for some of the same.
Now I make another project with Spanish also people, another Spanish people, new Spanish people. For this is for make gelatin, for industrial gelatin, for painting and matching and so on. This project 100% new in Egypt.
But of course, in this desert land, not all things are so easily nurtured. What you see back there is the Arabian Cement Company. What you see running from it is 3.8 kilometres of track running up to the quarry. The fact that the factory and the quarry are nearly 2 miles apart is due to Egyptian bureaucracy and the overlapping powers of the military and the government. It's just something which any foreign investor has to get used to.
It is difficult. It is a painful project. It's a painful process. It's not easy. However, the companies nowadays, they have to go through these processes. I mean, it's never easy to make money. The total cost of the labor are smaller than in Europe or what it would be in the United States, of course, or in other less developed countries. However, here the productivity is so low that you end up hiring much more people. So at the end of the day, the total cost, the total salarial mass, it is more or less the same. Basically, the culture of the backshes, of the tip, it is endemic. It is embedded inside of the business climate here. So you have to live with it. I mean, not living with it will put you in disadvantage.
Egypt has opened the pipeline to foreign investment. Its challenge now is to ensure it does not pour out as quickly as it poured in.
Andy Scott reporting there. Well, earlier I spoke to Egypt's Minister of Trade and Industry, Rashid Mohammed Rashid, and asked him how he intends to keep money flowing into the country when foreign investors are already complaining about the downside of doing business here.
The investment and industrial sector have grown from 6 to 42 billion. We have a waiting list of at least 2,000 plots of land. We have a big fight for investment in cement. Why do you think all this is happening? In areas like cement and textile and food, we are offering the highest return on capital anywhere in this region. It's the cost of energy, it's the cost of labor, it's the cost of land, it's the market attractiveness. That's all factors that decide investors not just to invest, but also, as you said, to stay and continue to expand.
But investors are complaining about hidden costs, unexpected taxes, tolls. Would you perhaps subsidize some of these things?
There are no intention at any office in the government to deal with investment, whether it's local or foreign, in the old way of surprising them with decisions. We made it very clear that they have to be engaged in every decision, and every decision has to be also in line with the overall interests of the investors. What we are talking about is improving the service, but paying for the service. when I mentioned infrastructure. We need to have better roads in Egypt. And we mentioned that to be able to attract investment in better roads, they will have to be private investment.
So what is the next stage of economic reform here?
We are going to create more deregulation because we want to create more opportunities for investment. We want to make sure that we can sustain the 7%, 8% growth that we would like to achieve. We would like to take most of the distortion out of the market so we could allow the market forces and the competition to be much more effective in the period to come. But at the same time, we need to reinforce the role of the government as a regulator and also a provider for a safety net for the social economic levels in the community which are not able to cope with the benefits of the reform. Yeah.
Egypt's Minister of Trade and Industry, Rashid Mohammed Rashid, speaking to me earlier. So what are the prospects for Egypt's homegrown small businesses?